Hi guys, Michael here, and yes, another opinions video. I am so sorry, but I keep getting asked certain things. Yeah, it's run by a couple of people, but hey, that doesn't mean I shouldn't answer it. And I'm trying to get back into gaming thing. To be honest, there's nothing that I'm hugely into right now that I really want to do videos for. And the things I did do videos for, did seem very little interest in the game. So I'm looking for a game that's gonna, I'm gonna really want to put onto my channel. I thought I would with Horizon Zero Dawn, damn it. Detroit Become Human, but again, it got done so quickly by so many big creators. People just got fed up of seeing it. And I can play that game. I've already played it. You know, it's like my second favourite game. Probably my second or third favourite game ever. So I loved it to death. And I did get a good ending and everything. I was happy. So, yeah, I don't need to put it on my channel. So I'm just waiting for something else. I don't know. I'm just looking for something that I feel I want to put on the channel that I think will generate at least a little interest. And then I'll play that. Anyway, so what it is until then, I suppose I'll get my opinion out, because a couple seem to like it anyway. So I am going to finally cover the boxing match, because I still keep getting asked by a couple of people who I think will win, etc. So here we go. Sit back, because you know how I am. I give my opinion and it can take a while. I don't mean it to, but I'll try not to. Here we go. So we'll start off with Jake Paul and Deji. The thing is, people keep saying Jake Paul's got his wrestling background, and yeah, I can see that can help with athleticism and maybe things like weight distribution, footwork, and things like that. Yeah, I could see that that's a good thing, and is going to have plenty of that. But I think that you can learn those things just by your training in boxing. For example, you're going to learn your footwork and your weight distribution and all that anyway. You're going to get more athletic as you're working out. So I think there are things you can train, you can learn anyway. But the main focus of the wrestling is things like the technical part of it is taking people down to the mat, pinning them, winning points, and ultimately winning. But that's going to be absolutely zero use to Jake Paul with Deji, because he can't grab him and take him down to the floor. Well, he can, but it's not going to count for anything. So the technical part is going to really give him nothing. The athleticism part is going to help, of course. But as I said, Deji can learn them. But the wrestling part is going to be nothing. So when I hear people say, "Oh yeah, but Jake Paul used to be a wrestler," and all this, it's like, well, I don't care. I don't think that means much at all, to be perfectly honest. Now, addressing the other thing that people say, well, Jake Paul's taller and Jake Paul's got a bigger reach. Yeah, I agree with that too. But again, I don't think it necessarily means a huge amount. I mean, let me throw a few names at you. I'm going to throw 4 names at you here. So there's one called Joe Frazier. He used to be around in the 60s, I think, something like that. And he was a heavyweight holder. He was a heavyweight in boxing. He was a heavyweight title holder. And then we've got Roy Jones Jr., who, if you don't know who Roy Jones Jr. is, then there's something wrong in boxing world. If you kind of know the boxing world, you know Roy Jones Jr. If you don't know these people, Joe Frazier and Roy Jones Jr., go on YouTube. There's plenty of videos of them. But Roy Jones Jr., for example, was the only, as far as I know, I don't know, but I don't know if it still is, but it was the only boxer that started in light middleweight and went up 2 weight classes and to win the heavyweight. So, you know, that's an amazing thing. You know, he was an amazing boxer. At least I think that's what happened with him. And then he went back down, if I remember, to like heavyweight. He just wanted to prove he could, something like that. But he was an amazing boxer, and he did some amazing. He had some amazing matches, so you can look him up, and he was incredible. Then you've got Rocky Marciano, who, of course, you know from the Sylvester Stallone Rocky movies. They were based on him. Now, Rocky Marciano, if I remember right, was finished his boxing career undefeated. If I remember right, he actually never got defeated, so that was amazing. And of course, the last thing I'm going to throw at you needs no introduction. If you don't know this guy, then you have no right watching anything boxing. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson whose name at one point became bigger than boxing itself. Legend, icon, amazing. World title, feared and everything, yeah? Now let me tell you one thing that all these 4 amazing boxers have in common. They're all under 6 feet tall. Okay? Now I do dabble in feet. If you don't know what 6 feet tall is, then you're gonna have to convert the shit. But anyway, they all under 6 feet tall. Joe Frazier was about 5'11 and a half, although they think you're actually about 5'10. Roy Jones Jr. were 5'11. Rocky Marciano, who retired undefeated, he was 5'10. And Mike Tyson, 5'10. All these people were all these world champions were under 6 foot tall. Deji is 5'10. He's as tall as Mike Tyson. He's as tall as Rocky Marciano. So you're going to tell me that height and reach matters? Mike Tyson knocked out other professionals who were over 6 foot. They had a longer reach. They had a height advantage. Didn't stop him going down on the floor, knocked out, did it? No. Now, before you tell me, yeah, but Deji isn't Mike Tyson or Rocky Marciano. I know he isn't. But I'm comparing, you know, but then again, Jake Paul isn't a professional either. So I'm comparing amateur to amateur. With these people, with these 4 boxers, I'm comparing professional to professional. So it's only the same difference. Mike Tyson was still getting in a ring with another professional who trained as a professional, boxed as a professional, and still had a height and reach advantage over him, and he still knocked them out. So I'm comparing an amateur to an amateur. I mean, you got to look at it this way, right? Jake Paul is an amateur. Even professionals over a full boxing match will at times drop the guard, or the footwork will be wrong, or something like that. It's impossible over X amount of rounds to keep your concentration exact all times. You will make a mistake. Amateurs make more mistakes. Okay, so Jake is an amateur. He will drop his guard. He will drop his guard at times. He will have bad footwork at times. All it takes is for Deji to get inside his reach, which obviously can be done because these 4 boxers I've just mentioned, they got inside the reaches of people taller than them and punched them in the face. So it can be done. So all he's got to do is get inside that reach at the point where Jake Paul loses concentration and drops his guard, hit him right on tip of chin, bang, lights out, done. You know, it can be done. I don't subscribe to these. But he's a wrestler, but he's got a height and reach advantage. No, it's all about who can take advantage of the mistake. If when Deji makes a mistake, and Deji will too, because he's an amateur. If when Deji makes a mistake, Jake Paul takes advantage of it, boom, Deji's done. But if Deji does it, then Jake Paul's done. That's all that comes down to it. When the mistakes are made, who's the one that's going to capitalise? Now, who do I think is going to win? I honestly think, because I saw this guy who was really built, and he had Jake Paul punch him in the stomach a few times and that. And I don't know, I didn't see anything really impressive from Jake. This guy actually took a punch from Jake Paul in gut and just went again. It was like, well, that's not that impressive. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with Deji. I think Deji has a speed advantage. I think he can get in. I think he'll get inside his reach, and once he's in there, I think Jake will be overconfident because everybody's boosting that confidence in him. Oh, you're a wrestler. Like I say, I don't class that as anything major, but people are going to shove that in his head, and he's going to take confidence from that for some reason. You're a wrestler. You've got a height advantage. You've got a reach advantage. And I think he's just going to kind of go in expecting to bulldoze over Deji. And he might do, but I just think that if Deji is smart and boxes smart and waits and uses his time wisely and waits for that time when Jake makes the mistake and then moves in and capitalises, I don't see a reason why Deji can't win it. So I'm going to come back to Deji and Jake in a minute for a reason, but not just yet. I'm going to move on now. So I think I'm going to go for Deji for that one. As for Logan Paul and KSi, I think Logan Paul is going to win. And I'll tell you why. I don't want Logan Paul to win. I don't really give a shit about KSi or Logan Paul. But then again, I don't give a shit about Deji or Jake. But I'm going to say that in this one, even though I hate to say it, I think Logan's going to win. Because I think KSI's fueled him too much. You know, it's like if you look at the press conferences now. Now, I know before anybody tells me, yeah, but you shouldn't be a baby. You expect people to insult things that's going to wind you up. They're trying to gain your head. Yeah, I agree, but there's a point where you go too far, and then that can have the reverse effect. I mean, like when they were at the UK press conference. I mean, okay, KSi says, I didn't tell them to call Chloe Bennett a whore. No, but you brought her name up. It was you that said, oh, so you're with Chloe Bennett. And that, of course, started the crowd off. And he didn't tell them to be quiet when they started calling her a whore. He just kind of sat there smiling, just kind of holding his hands up and saying, well, I didn't do it. You know, but you brought her up. If you hadn't even mentioned her, nobody called her a whore before then. So you brought her name up, and that was the reaction. The problem is now, there's a point where you get into their head and you get them angry. But then there's a point where they get past that anger to the point where they get focused on beating the shit out of you because you've gone too far. And I think KSI has done that. Because if you look at if you look at Logan, he's been quite smart because he hasn't insulted anything really, really personal to KSI to wind KSI up to that point. He's not insulted his parents or anything like that. He's just basically insulted his career and him. And KSI don't give a shit about that. He has people insult him and his career all the time. That's water off a duck's back. So the only thing KSI is fighting for is the fact he don't want to be a meme. He wants to hold on to his title, you know, and things like that. Whereas with Logan, he's now fighting for the fact that he wants to fight for his woman. He wants to fight because he wants to put one on. He wants to beat KSI up partly because of her, and that's going to focus him because he doesn't want to lose for her, and that can fuel you massively. And I think because KSI brought her into it and the crowd insulted her, I think now Logan's focused greatly on I am going to beat him because of her, for her. And KSI hasn't got that. KSI hasn't got, oh, I'm going to beat him for her or for my parents or whatever because he's insulted them. All he can say is, I'm just going to beat him because I want to keep my belt. And I just don't think that's going to fuel him enough. I think he's put like some turbo boost into Logan Paul, and I think Logan Paul's going to feed on that. And at the time when KSI is looking for Logan to back off a bit, I think, you know, Logan's going to have a bit more in tank, where he's just going to kick that nos in and just go wild. So I think Logan's going to take him. I really do. I think KSI has fueled him too much. I mean, if you look at that face-to-face they had, when the guy who was doing the presenting of it, he said at one point, can you two shake hands? KSI's hand shot straight out. No problems whatsoever. Yeah, I'll shake his hand. You know, okay, and Logan Paul, hell no, fuck no, I'm not shaking your hand. You know, you insulted my woman. I am not shaking your hand. In fact, I'm just going to punch your face in on 25th. You know, that is where Logan is. It's not that KSI's got in his head. It's just he's got this point of, I don't like you because of who you are. And I'm focused on punishing you for this. So, I think that, again, I'm not going by wrestling background. They keep saying wrestling background for Logan too. I think that's bullshit. It doesn't matter. Because KSI has done enough boxing now that he knows how to distribute his weight, he knows footwork and things like that. He's obviously going to be in shape, so that all negates that part. And like I said, the technical side of taking people down, that's not going to help Logan in this. So let's get the wrestling out of the way, and let's get the height and reach out of the way. That's not a huge deal. Again, I've explained why with these boxers, but I just believe that Logan is going to be fueled that extra bit, and that's going to be enough to win him fight. So there you go. That's my prediction. You've got Deji, and I think, by the way, the reason I said coming back to Deji and Jake Paul, I think that's going to be an interesting battle because neither has gone after anything personal. You know, Deji's kind of insulted Jake in his career and things like that, and his appearance. And Jake's, you know, basically insulted Deji in his appearance and, you know, his merchandise and things like that. And I don't think either one's gone too personal. So it's really with them two just going to come down to who takes advantage when the mistake comes. So, and I think, as I said, I hope Deji's going to win Jake, and I just can't help but think that Logan's going to beat KSI. And there you go. That's my opinion. That's my thought process. That's why I think it. So I can finally answered it. Okay, so you can. So those couple who keep asking, stop asking. You've got your answer. And I'll leave you for now. That's all I need to say. If you've got anything else you want me to give my opinion on, my honest opinion on, I will. So if it's something you're sensitive about, don't ask, because I might not agree with you, and I don't want you getting upset. So I will see you soon. You take really good care, and goodbye for now.